Bitcoin has seen an explosion in price from 15,000 all the way up to almost 24,000, leading some people to believe and some people to call that the bull run has started already, while the high majority are screaming that 2023 is going to be the worst global recession since the Great Depression, including all of the world's top economists screaming that 2023 is going to be brutal, there's going to be blood in the streets, and it's going to be devastating. What I'm going to say in this video is why both parties may be absolutely wrong if we look at the facts in the charts. Welcome in if you're new. My name is Steve. On this channel, we go against the grain. We go against the herd, and we only talk about the facts in the charts. We don't take paid ads. We're a very unique channel. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button. You're going to absolutely love it here. Make sure you subscribe. Now, we're going to jump into a handful of charts, right? We're going to start right here on the monthly chart because this candle, if you can see this candle right here, wow, this is a major development happening, and we're going to cover a slew of other charts, all the most popular charts and the latest and greatest on each. If you love charts, you love facts in the charts, and you love learning more about crypto, hit that subscribe button on the Twitters. Crypto Crew U, go follow over there on the Twitters. Tons and tons of value that will help you. Yes, you. Go over there on the Twitters, Crypto Crew U. Now, and by the way, I know it's not called the Twitters. It's a joke of our channel. Welcome to the joke. But this candle, we cannot ignore this candle. This candle is legendary, right? This candle right here, we actually got into some trouble. If you look at this purple line, right, and you cover this purple line, way back in 2018, the purple line acted as extreme support during the most brutal bear market, right? Right after the COVID crash, this purple line acted as extreme support after the COVID crash. The COVID crash brought us right down here, and we started to see some major support coming in. If you zoom back all the way to 2015, this exact purple line played a critical role in the 2015 bear market, holding critical support right here on our first bottom and our double bottom and the candle right before we really started that bull run. Now, if you fast forward to 2022, what had happened for us is that we started holding this purple line as critical support month after month after month after month after month. This candle right here in November was our breakthrough candle, right? And this was our first ever confirmed candle below this purple line. This candle right here in December, right? And you can see even the wick of this candle got rejection from this purple line, right? This meant that we had some trouble brewing because for the first time ever, this purple line was not our support, it was our resistance. However, this candle that's just printing here is a bullish engulfing candle in a major way. A bullish engulfing candle has to be green, and the previous candle has to be red, and the previous body of the previous candle has to be smaller than the current green one. If all of those things are true, it's a bullish engulfing candle. It happens to be on the monthly, right? So this is where things get really interesting. And if you're wondering, oh my God, I really love this chart, I love all the colors, because you can really start to gauge the tops of Bitcoin. For example, Bitcoin topped over here at this red line, and then it topped a little bit less above the red line here. And then in 2018, it topped at the red line. And then in our most recent, it topped at the green. So one could project that the next top may be the orange because it's been going down each level. This chart is based on the Fibonacci and moving averages, but it's our custom indicator. So if you have the indicator bundle, you have this. I want you to look at it on the monthly so you can follow along. If you don't have the indicator bundle, you can go to our website, cryptocrewuniversity.com, and scoop it up. It'll probably be the best purchase you've ever made. It'll help you tremendously. Now, what you can see, this bullish engulfing candle, it's going to be critical. In the month of February, we need the candle in February to close above 18.5. This candle coming in February has to close above 18.5. If it does, that is a huge win for crypto. If we start to see some more turmoil with this purple line, it could spell some turmoil for the next handful of months. So this next monthly close is going to be incredibly critical. Now, let me draw your attention to a lesser followed chart. the fear and greed index, right? What you can see here with the latest developments on the fear and greed index is for the past 2 years, literally since Christmas time of 2020, we have been making a high and a lower high and a lower high and a lower high and a lower high. So for more than 2 years, we have been trending down, forming an incredibly strong base at this 20 level, right? An extreme fear. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful market structure that we have been forming and continually making lower highs. I continue to say on this channel, watch this chart like a hawk, because this is giving us a major clue. And the clue is, for the first time, we made a higher high. Right? We did so about a week or two ago. We made our first higher high. I asked everybody to watch this previous high at the 60 level from way back in March. I asked everybody to watch that like a hawk, because we made our first higher high. If we take out this pivot high, this is a major turning point for Bitcoin. This chart right here is saying, hey, for the past 2 years, Bitcoin has had some trouble. We built an incredibly strong base and Bitcoin has turned a corner. The corner that we turned is that we're starting to round out the bear market. Does this mean we can't crash down and retest our base? No. This means that in the big picture, Bitcoin has turned a pretty big corner, okay? Plain and simple. Now, let's get into some further charts, because we need to address the two big groups in crypto. There's one group that's saying, hey, the bull run has started. They're a small group, but they're a group. There's a much bigger group that's saying 2023 is going to be devastating for Bitcoin, that we're probably going to crash down, to 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 or whatever the number is. Let's address both. And by the way, this video is not to call out any YouTubers. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't watch anyone else on YouTube on purpose, because I want my opinions to be mine, not influenced by anybody else. What I do look at is what the high majority of humans are thinking about Bitcoin and the markets globally as we speak. I look at a lot of data there to really give me an idea of where people's minds are at. Make no mistake, it's something around 80% of people believe 2023 is going to be devastating. There's a small group that think that the bull run has started. I personally believe both groups are wrong based on just purely facts. And here's one of them. This is the 12-day MACD cross. Every single bear market, we have a beautiful 12-day MACD cross. It even happened in the COVID, right? We do not have false signals on this. Every single bear market, we have a beautiful MACD cross, and it spells pretty good days ahead for Bitcoin in the big picture. 2019, beautiful MACD cross, bright days ahead, right? Go back to 2015, beautiful MACD cross. It happened a little bit before we had our final flush out and a retest of our base. And even back here in 2012, a beautiful MACD cross. So there are no false signals. This was my only wish for Christmas, and we got it. We cannot ignore the facts in the charts. There's another fact right here. We were planning on months prior to have January flip to green, and boy did it ever. January flipped to green. There's only two colors. Red represents all the bear market, downfall, blood in the streets. Green represents a transition to the next market cycle. Green represents the transition to the next market cycle. And you can see all the way back in 2012, green represented the transition to the next market cycle. That's where we are now, according to this chart and according to the previous chart. And when we go to the next chart, the ADX and DI on the bottom, we're on the 3-day. This is Bitcoin. And you can see the green here. The green is good, red is bad. Basically, in the whole year of 2022, red was on top. If red is on top, prices go down. It's really simple. When green is on top, prices go up. We just had green come on top, but not in a normal way. In fact, we haven't seen this level of bullishness happen since literally back here in 2020, 2021, when we were in this type of run, right? And this is not my opinion. This is just a fact. Look at how high this is. We're at about 43. We came up to about 43. This was literally not 43 or higher since this run right here. These are just the facts. This is measuring the level of our bullishness in the market. You can see the gap right here. Look at this gap. When the mouth is open, the wider that the mouth is open, the mouth is here, right? Between this green and red. The wider it's open, the more powerful the move is, the more muscle the move is. And when Bitcoin has been in a bear market for an extended period of time, it takes a lot of momentum to shift that bearish momentum into bullish momentum. It's not the snap of a finger. Markets have to mature. Markets have to take their time to build bases. Markets have to take their time to build market structure. Markets need time to breathe. And Bitcoin is signaling something major here that really goes against both groups that we talked about earlier. And we'll go to the next chart. This blue buy button on the hash ribbons on the weekly. We don't print these often. We hadn't print one since August 2021. And every so often we print one, about once a year we print one. And it happens to be one of the best times to pick up some Bitcoin. We just printed our nice blue button right before this move really started to take form, right? And maybe we're still in the early days. I'm going to give my opinion in a moment. I'm also going to give one of my biggest trading tips at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. If you want more success, then this is something that you really need to pay attention to. Now, we're going to cover a couple more charts with Bitcoin. I'm going to give my opinion, and I also wanted to give a little bonus. We're going to cover Ethereum right now and give a little bonus tidbits on Ethereum. I wanted to mention this at the beginning of the video, so if you can close your eyes and you can envision me saying stay tuned for Ethereum, then I'll appreciate that. So here we are with Ethereum. What we see here is something pretty cool. With Ethereum, we see this beautiful green line here. This green line has acted as our resistance for quite some time. It was our support way back in 2021. It's been a while since 2021. We're in 2023 now, and for the first time since this 2021, we're starting to hold this as support. It was really short-lived. We had 1 week holding as support back here in October, in the Halloween time. That was our 1 week. We covered it right here on this channel, and we started to talk about the curvature change in this green line. We started to have some curvature change, and we held support, but the next week we fell through. We started to hold resistance. Now we have 2 candles as complete support. We haven't had 2 candles as support literally since back here in 2021. It's been literally since 2021. So this is major. We've got to pay attention. And at the same time, Ethereum has broken out of a similar pattern like Bitcoin. It's been in this long, drawn out, downtrending where it's high, lower high, and lower high, another lower high, another lower high, another lower high, another lower high, while getting some resistance there. And we started to build a beautiful base. We had a stochastic RSI cross up on the weekly back here right about Christmas time. And that was when Ethereum was at about 1,200. And you can see what's happened since then. These stochastic RSI crosses on the weekly are nothing to play with. They're very major. So some really cool developments happening with Ethereum. I want to jump back into Bitcoin. I want to address these two groups and talk about what I think is happening, and then we'll give the tip. So with group number one says, hey, the bull run has started. They're a small group, but they're a group. And what I will say is no, there are no facts in the charts that say the bull run has started. There are facts in the charts that say that we have turned a major corner and the bull run should commence in 2023, but there are no facts in the charts that say the bull run has started right now. There aren't. Let's address group number 2. I know it's a popular opinion to say that 2023 is going to be devastating, and you want to always do the opposite of the herd. When everyone goes left, you go right. That's what this channel is all about, and that's why you just subscribed. When everyone goes left, we go right, and this leads us to some phenomenal things, especially in markets. If you're relatively new to markets, less than 5 years, you want to understand what the high majority of people are doing and thinking and saying, and you want to do the opposite. If you can continue to do that, which is incredibly hard to go against the grain with markets because of emotion, and emotion is a money killer, you will be incredibly successful. I'm getting very nervous that literally every single top economist on planet Earth is saying 2023 is going to be deadly. Literally all of them. And that's scary. It's scary because when everyone starts chanting the same thing, the opposite usually happens. Way back here, everyone was chanting Bitcoin 100K, Bitcoin 100K, 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 like it was definitely going to happen. Whenever something is repeated so many times, it becomes almost certainty. So 2023, it feels like a certainty that it will be the most deadly crash an epic downfall of the global economy. That makes me really nervous that a lot of people are going to get really taken advantage of here. I want you to really understand that markets like to trick everybody. It's the reason that 90% of the people will fail in markets is because they follow the herd mentality. And right now, the high majority of people are saying 2023 deadly. And again, this is not individual YouTube channels. I have no idea what everybody says. I just know the big picture data based on surveys and results and data. I'm a data-driven person, and all the data is in. It's almost like 80%, 75% of the people are calling for a deadly 2023, and the charts are saying otherwise. I mean, having this buy button in the bear market is a major sign. Having this MACD cross is a major sign. Having a flip to green is a major sign. I mean, there's so many signs that Bitcoin, this turn of the corner in the fear and greed, there's so many signs, and they're all saying the same thing. All the signs that I follow, the signs that helped me correctly predict the 2018 market crash and downfall and bull run, all the same charts that I used back in 2018 that I talked about right here in this channel, all of them are saying the same thing. And they're saying that Bitcoin has turned a corner in the bear market and it's getting closer to starting the bull run. Yes, we could have a flush out in Bitcoin and retest our base. That would be a very nice move because it would shake out a lot of the weak hands. It would make everybody extreme bearish, and then Bitcoin would start its bull run. I think that's how 2023 is going to play out. I think 2023 will surprise a lot of people, and this is what usually happens in markets. This isn't a video to say I'm right and everyone's wrong. Who cares? This video is about, I want you to start to think differently about markets. When everyone starts saying something as if it's absolutely fact going to happen, you want to do the opposite of that. If everyone is chanting go right, I want you to go left. If everyone is chanting go up, I want you to go down. And if you have that mentality in markets, it will change your whole life. And this leads me to my last point, which is my biggest tip for you in trading. My biggest tip is to focus on the chart and not all of the noise. So what happens in markets is everyone starts saying the same thing, and they're like, hey, this is going to go up, or this is going to go down, or we're about to enter a recession, or we're about to get out of a recession, or next year's going to be really good, or next year's going to be really bad. There's always this type of headlines and news that get your attention that interfere with the facts and the charts. What I want you to do is focus on the facts and the charts and make a trade based on the facts in a chart, not in opinion of what everyone is saying, because that is what usually deters you from making a sound decision. Case in point, right here in this channel with this chart, Netflix. Right here on this chart with Netflix was at about $180 when we made our video. And you can go back in the archives and look. Netflix was at about $180, and everyone was destroying Netflix. Every news article, every economist, every analyst was destroying Netflix, saying that Netflix is done. They lost all of their subscribers. They're in a downfall. Nobody's paying attention. And we came on here and we just talked about the facts and the charts. And we said, actually, right now is a pretty legendary time to buy Netflix. Nothing changed about their business model. They're still leading in their industry. But look at the facts and the charts. It had the same downfall happened right here in 2005. And the same exact downfall happened here in 2012, and the same exact downfall happened in 2022. Do not be surprised if we see a large rally in Netflix. We said that at about 180. Oh, and now it's doubled. It's at 360. Focus on the facts in the charts, not what you think the markets are going to do in the next year. This is where I got into trouble as a rookie trader, which I made literally every stupid mistake you can possibly make. I started trading when I was 16. My ego got in the way. I really thought I knew what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. And year after year, I was just making the same stupid mistakes because I would base, if I saw this chart, I might see these patterns and these fractal patterns and say, oh, this is a good time to buy. And before I bought, I would get discouraged because everyone was saying we're about to enter a recession. And I would get discouraged and I would say, all right, we're going to enter a recession. I'm not going to buy this chart, even though the chart is saying to buy. So this is where I got into trouble, and this is where I want you to make a change. The same goes for Facebook, Meta. We called right here on our channel. Meta was probably at like 100, maybe 110, maximum 115. And we said, look, everyone's destroying Meta right now. It's all over the news. It's all over the press. We're about to enter a ridiculous recession, according to the high majority of really, really smart people. But the chart is saying it's actually a pretty good time to buy. And we had this stochastic RSI cross on the monthly. Now we're starting to get above this 20 level. Now we're meeting some resistance on the RSI, and we're meeting some resistance right here on this yellow line. But the facts are the facts. You want to base your trading decisions based on facts in a singular chart, not what the general charts are doing, and not where you think the markets are going or where you project is going to happen. If you can do that and you can control your emotion and continuously do the opposite of the high majority, you're going to be very successful. But it's easier said than done. Those things are very difficult to do, but I wanted to give you this tip so that you can take it and think about it. You might need to rewatch this video. And if you're new, you definitely subscribe, because we just spit facts. And when everyone goes right, we go left. And we stay level-headed, and we encourage everybody with more facts in the charts. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Go follow us on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Major knowledge, wisdom is shared here to keep you level-headed. Beautiful charts. Crypto Crew U over on the Twitter. And I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.